Hey guys, want to do another quick review. Get a couple out there. This is another movie I had checked out pretty recently, and that's the BELKO Experiment. Didn't expect a whole lot from this movie because I did hear it was pretty good, but it just didn't make big waves, I don't think, in the box office, or because this was actually a theater movie, and I don't think it did too well, and it's from Orion Pictures, which I haven't seen that name since like the early 90s. But I basically heard the quote right there. It's Office Space meets Battle Royale, and it's a good quote for this movie. But Tony Goldwyn plays in this. Michael Rooker from Henry, a bunch of genre people. There's the one guy who plays one of the Joker's minions or whatever in the Dark Knights in this. James Gunn wrote this, who directed the Guardians of the Galaxy and Slither and all that. So this has all the right people involved to make it a good horror movie. And I gotta say, I love this movie. This was one of the biggest surprises of the year for me. Just picked it up on a whim at Best Buy as I was going through, and yeah, this movie's awesome. It's basically these people work in this big like office building over in Africa or South Africa, but they notice all the other workers that aren't American have left for the day, and there's like weird, sketchy things going on outside. They see soldiers and stuff going into this weird shed in the back and stuff, and then all of a sudden, over the intercom, they're told they have these little bombs implanted in their heads. Which, when you watch it, they'll explain more about that. It's not as unbelievable as it's sounding right now, but they have these things implanted in their heads, and they say you have to kill a certain amount of people, or else we're gonna kill. Say you have to kill 10 people in this, or else we're gonna kill 30 by exploding the things implanted in your head. So that's basically what it is. You know, people form off into groups, kind of like a battle royale, pretty much. People banding together, or people against each other, just killing each other. And I gotta say, it's one of the most brutal, goriest movies I've seen in a long time. There's so much blood and so much crazy, over the top, extreme gore in this. It's shocking this was even in theaters. It's more gory than Hostel, all those movies. But what makes this different than those, though, is it's not as like mean spirited and dark as it's. I mean, it's mean spirited, but it's not as brutal as like Hostel or Saw, where it's just for torture's sake. But this, they're actually, killing each other for the sake of helping whatever their justifications are. But definitely pick up the Belko Experiment. This is going to go down as a huge cult classic in the future. Say 20 years from now, I can almost guarantee it. I mean, James Gunn's a huge director, and the fact that Slither wasn't all that big when it came out, now it's considered a cult classic, getting the collector's edition treatment from Scream Factory. This in 10, 20 years, this is going to go down as a huge cult classic. This is just a fun movie. It's only 90 minutes, but it flies by. It leaves an ambiguous ending, like it tells you who's behind it, but it leaves room open for like a sequel if they wanted to expand on it or whatever they wanted to do. But yeah, definitely pick this up on Blu-ray or DVD. I definitely support this. You just can't get better as far as low budget horror indies go, because from what I understand, this was low budget and more indie that managed to make it to theaters. But and also, you gotta support it because it's the return of Orion Pictures, so it is what it is. But yeah, been on a good roll of watching decent horror movies recently. When you get in those ruts where you watch a ton of crappy movies, and then you get in those ruts where you watch a ton of good ones. So I'm pretty happy with them all right now. But yeah, we have a podcast we're recording this Sunday of the Blair Witch series. I think we have 5 episodes out so far right now. Our 6th one will be recording this weekend. But we're trying to do this thing every week, and just reviewing random movies we decide, because I know in September we're going to be doing Stephen King week, which obviously the It remake comes out. We'll review It and the original one, and then we'll be doing, I'm sure, Salem's Lot, and I think we're saving Cat's Eye for that month too. So September will definitely be Stephen King month, but keep your eyes peeled for that, and I'll link the podcast channel below. Alright guys, peace.